How's it going, everybody? Hake6 here, and I am giving you guys a brief update on the new of this month for October's Month of Horror Let's Plays. Now, I know that pretty much that me and the group of Radioactive Piggy Productions are going to be doing horror Let's Plays for this October. And right now it's already been starting with basically of having Draco Magnus, the Anti-Gamer, Tantibus 13, and the rest of the other guys that are going to be doing also their part. While pretty much for me, I'm actually going to be giving you guys a list. Now, I know that from last year, I didn't finish any of the OMoHLP Let's Plays, which was basically the Binding of Isaac, so maybe this particular year I could go back to it, but that is up to you if you want me to go back to it and then actually be doing the DLC of that too. But with that, I'm actually going to be giving you a list where Tantibus gave me a website of a brief broadcast that apparently there are these 13 top games for horrors for this month, and you should never turn your back on. So if you would like to also know about these kind of stories too, and if you'd like to read about yourself, also viewing the videos of yourself too about it, I will be giving this link to the description below, and hopefully that maybe if you guys will give me a decision of what's going to be happening. But please note that this broadcast and this video will be uploaded before October, so I need to have the viewers of yourself to post polls and vote for which game I should do, and the one who has the most at that certain time is that I will be able to be playing that for this October. Now, let's go on to the 13 lists that actually are going to be showing up, which hopefully you guys will be excited for. So here are the list of 13 horror games not to turn your back on 2014. Now, this person who actually did this post on IGN, which my friend got the website for, is that it's very, very fluent, and hopefully it will be for the best because it mostly focuses on the two companies which you see on the screen. But right now we're going to be focusing on the first one. The first game is Alien Isolation. Now, I knew I pretty much was not a huge fan of the Alien series because ever since I did the share play with me, Draco, and then like another friend of the Anti-Gamer, who basically pretty much he didn't do his part, which I'm actually not very mad at him, but I kind of am glad that we actually did finish this and all, where we did the Aliens versus Predators. But with this Alien Isolation is that it's the new upcoming game where it's literally going to be very fun. Now here's a little brief story about it and the sidecast for it. So I will be reading this information. Here we go. In space, no one can hear you scream. So goes on the tagline. But what about sat in your underwear playing games? I guess that probably means just like all the shit and all the crapping, but that's besides the point. In likelihood, the likelihood is Alien Isolation, which serves a whole matter of yeeps and squeals, not to mention participation. Don't really. I'm sorry if I don't know any much words. Let's see. Taking its cue directly from Ridley Scott's 1979 masterpiece of the sci-fi horror, Isolation cast you as Amanda Ripley's. Sounds familiar? That's because she's the daughter of Ellen Ripley. Ellen Ripley. Oh, so wait a minute. So that means actually in this story you're playing as the daughter. Huh, that's pretty interesting. Anyway, moving on. She's even mentioned in the deleted scenes in Aliens. Since, excuse me, she died while Ripley was floating through space. It's all very sad. Now with this one going here, Isolation has shades of Outlast and Amnesia, but what makes it stand out for me was the exploration attempt to detail. The environment induced strength feeling Derson view, while the xenomorphs in itself is terrifying and also serpentized. Video game gods, I know you're listening. Please don't let this be rubbish. Please. Now the way how this person describes it is that it must be a very, very interesting game. So, say if I actually did play it, which probably maybe you guys will do vote for it, is that it probably will be very interesting, and hopefully this alien game is going to be pretty good, because I knew from the last one was the Marines, which based off of the aliens wasn't that very interesting and wasn't that very good, because not many people really did out an outstanding view or give out an excellent rating on it. But that's besides the point, because we're only talking about the horror games at this point. So I guess hopefully that probably maybe this first choice, or probably you guys are going to choose, hopefully it'll be good for me to actually play it on. So you have to think about of what I want and not really what I want. So that's a little twist for you. Now the second one is Dying Light. Zombies, Outworlds, Apocalypse. As mystery, so intuitively, God, I can't read this person. So say, stop me if you hear this one before. And it's true. You are parked out your ways around rooftops during the day, gathering items, rippling traps. Dying Light does look a bit Mirror Edge, meaning meets Dead Island. But what alien, if not Jaws, in space? Okay, that seems very interesting. I actually do want to actually know about that. Ignore me. I'm getting sidetracked from reducing elevator pitches. Okay, so I guess this person's actually not doing very good on her or his exploration with things. Alright, so things become way more sinister, dangerously, and interesting when the sun goes down. That becomes during the hour of darkness. The zombies come more violently, and the rooftop you once hung on is now next to useless. The zombies can now climb. Clever, undead girls? Huh. The expense is now on surviving to see the sunrise once more time. Alright, so I guess probably that seems like a very kind of interesting game in the thing, because it seems like as they kind of brief it, where they say Mirror Edge is meaning Dead Island, which they're both very good games, and the way how this kind of acts is that I'm going to tell you, I never really tried DayZ or 7 Days to Survive and all that stuff, but I know that it probably will be very much of another interesting game that I could enjoy but also hate at the same time, because I was never very good at zombie games. I mean, if you guys have ever seen me and Draco's Let's Play of Left 4 Dead 2, I was always one that would always go up ahead and be a one-man army, while literally I just get a bunch of horde of zombies on me and die from it. Which, I'm going to tell you, probably maybe I will be doing this also probably if I did this game. But that's besides the point. Besides the point is that I need to see if it's going to be very interesting to me. So I would have to be really considerate, and hopefully maybe survival will be probably my top priority on this game. And that would be the best. Alright, so now the next game is the number 3, which is The Forest. Bad news. There's been a terrible plane crash. Good news. You survived a terrible plane crash, and your new home is an idyllical island. That's not very good news. Bad news. The island is inhabited by a horde of ravenous cannibals. That is also not... That is a very, very bad news. Good news. Oh, wait. There is no more good news. Except the forest looks gently brilliant. You're free to explore its dense forest, chop down trees, craft items, build shelter, and scavenge food. You can hide behind doors you have made or man up and take the fight of the industrial threat. It's Minecraft, brought to you by Wes Crave and Toby Hooper. Okay, so it's like, so like I said, as I brought back 7 Days to Survive kind of thing, because it was based off of a Minecraft thing, but it is very fluent and interesting because I wasn't really very good at any kind of zombie games, like I said, or any kind of survival, because it's not my kind of thing. And now to top it off, that this third game is representing with Minecraft, and yeah, that's another thing I'm also not very good at. That's like saying, like, I played the game Don't Starve, while literally in the game I pretty much just blow myself up and die, and without even having the slightest word of starve in that sentence, which is a stupidity of my standards to any kind of building or any kind of surviving game. But like I said, these are your choices of what you wish to see for this October. Now, taking inspections from the likes of the Distance and Cannibal Holocaust. Okay, that's cute. I expect the forest to force you into some rather unsurvived situations, and then ask you to justify your diplomatic actions. After all, you are an intruder here. That doesn't seem that very nice. I just came out from a plane. It wasn't my fault that I came out from a plane. It wasn't my damn fault. Thank you for making me feel like crap. Okay, so now, let's see. The hills may have eyes. Oh, great. Just reminds me of the movie. But so does that tree. And maybe that rock. And for the love of God, do I have to go into that cave? Unfortunately, yes. Okay, so it is just about, like, trying to go through everything. So it is Minecraft. It is like a Minecraft thing, only it's a horror kind of Minecraft. A horror one. And this is basically the game trailer and all stuff. Now, the next game is Rootin. I think I actually heard of that game, but I don't know if it's very, very horror or very fluent for me, but I guess I'll probably deal with it. In the 1980s, the future looks very much like an abandoned moon base in Rutens. The procedure is simple. Survive long enough to learn what happened to everyone stationed here. Where have they gone? Probably to the wine bar. That's where everyone went in the 80s. That's pretty funny, but technically that's probably also not true. Anyways, what makes Rune even more interesting is that there are no health packs or no second chance. How does that make it interesting? That's not very good. That's like, besides, like, that is like beyond my way of survival on that thing. If I have no health packs, or dare I say a second chance, I forgot about that ability. I really have, because I knew I forgot that ability to have that equipped when I play Kingdom Hearts games. But still, that's besides the point. The premise system ensures that if you should encounter what actually lurks aboard the Lunar Research Station, you probably have to start right back from the beginning. So, I'm guessing you can kind of say it's like maybe like a Slender Man in space kind of a thing. I mean, sure, it's survival, and sure, probably something is lurking into the building, which probably would be alienized creatures, which I wouldn't doubt, and then like probably maybe like with some other crap, but that's also, yeah, that's not very good on my book. Literally, I'm telling you, I'm really terrible at survival games because, hell, I can't even finish fucking Five Nights at Freddy. I can't even freaking finish that because the chances on there that I play and the way how have you guys seen my episodes on those probably are not very good. They're not very good at the slightest chance, but I will have to deal with it. So I'm gonna have to do it because I'm having pressure. Because Draco Magnius is putting pressure on me. Not even that, also too the anti-gamer. That everybody else wants me to play that so bad because I can't deal with it. So I would have to just suck it up, and hopefully survival games are going to be working well with me. Because obviously each time I always play a game, I always somehow find a way to break it or just never really going to get good at it. Because I know obviously that, but I'm off track. I'm off track right now. I apologize. I'm off track, but when it comes to survival, that is literally my lesser chance of either liking the game or just not my element. Just not my element of any kind of gaming type is really that true. Because there are some games that I really can't actually even beat with mostly survival or mostly looking for stuff, which is basically pretty much I can't play right. Fallout 3, Red Fracture Gorilla, Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Fable, and then like some other adventure, outgoing, exploring games that I have to look, cause I know I'm into the stories. I know that, which the stories are going to be very, very fluent, and hopefully it fits my description and my character of how it's supposed to be like. But survival, not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea, but like I said, you guys can just choose whatever. That probably might give you a little boost of confidence of like saying, oh yeah, I would like to see this. I would like to see how he survives. I'm like, okay, alright, we'll do it. We'll do it. Alright. Now, the fifth game that is on this list is The Evil Within. Now, everyone in my group all love the game because they want to try it so bad because it's very interesting and sure it fit them, but hopefully maybe when I get it, or probably it is out, and then I will try it, and then I will get it to play it just for you guys. It's going to be very, very good. Alright, so while The Evil Within has a name replicized as the particle venturity. Okay. It actually represents something very special indeed. It marks the return of Shina Mika to a genre he helped to define through his cynical work of the Resident Evil series. Oh, so I didn't know about that guy. I really actually didn't know anything about the Resident Evil series because Resident Evil wasn't really my cup of tea because I always did get scared of that. And, well, it's not really scary, it's just mostly jump scares. And then try to make sure I conserve ammo, which I really don't because I just, like, go gun blazing and just figure that I would live on that day, but I guess I won't. We're talking about a man who excuse me, who direct Resident Evil 4 here. It's true to say that its recent years he strayed from the genre, but was continuing to process working that is both memorable and often eccentric. Okay. With the games of Vanquish, which I did do an LP of that, and I actually did love that, and Shadows of the Dam, which probably maybe that might be another category game because I never played that, but I really, really do want to play that because I heard very good reviews on that game, and if you guys choose that also too, that would also be good for mine because then, I mean, please, because I would like that. So, the release of Evil Within feels like a homecoming. So far, the images had been disturbing, grubbly, unsettling, as you expect. But there also seems to be a generous helping of psychological torments slopped around with the more goresome stuff. Has the master still got it? I hope so. And should it prove a success, I expect publishers to start taking the genre a little more serious. So the way how this person probably did make this game is that he is still sticking with the figures of probably with the Resident Evil 4, and that's going to be probably good on probably maybe on my part because, well, not very good on my part because I have to deal with it. So I guess I'm really probably might be excited for that game if you guys actually ever choose that. Alright, so now here we have is number 6, Among the Sleep. Now, Among the Sleep is pretty decent because I know that it's like a bunch of other games that I actually did play that are similar to it, which is basically a fascinating independent horror adventure being developed by Norway Cribbites Studios. Now, I didn't knew about much of it, but I'm hoping that if I do play this, is that it will be most fitting to my standards and never change its options because I think I'm probably might be saying I'm not making much sense, but the sense or the dare I say the review I'm actually going to be giving it to is that it will fit me, but then I don't know if I would have the chance of dealing or coming to the point of the game where I have to actually figure about of what I'm really going to be doing, of what I'm really going to be handling on these kind of game choices, especially with Among the Sleep, where I didn't know much of the story. So the story is that you play as a 2-year-old child exploring their house at night. Hopefully the horror doesn't center crawling into your mom and dad's room late at night after they've been at the wine. Alright, so they've been drinking. Okay, so that's kind of a fluent thing. And I'm surprised how a 2-year-old can actually be very exploring throughout the house, because you would assume that probably maybe, I don't know, maybe a 5-year-old probably doing it, but I guess not. I guess only a 2-year-old can do this. But hey, I'm not the one who is in charge of making the game. They just did it. From early footage, it seems as if reality began to flatter, lapsing into a dream and weird fantasies. The child's demotivation viewpoint, wrapping the world around you in some creative, unsettling ways. Okay, so I guess probably that's just mostly about dreaming. Alright, so I guess probably you can say, in a little short term, I'm like a 2-year-old kid in a dark wonderland in my head, and probably might be scared of my fucking mind, because, hey, I'll deal with it. Okay, now the 7th game is Daylight. Now, Daylight is probably, as I'm looking at it right now, it says that quite a few games here, Daylight realizes the verbally is key to shirking fear. You're equipped with no weapons or items apart from the mobile phone. If you is your only tool and your only source of light, just pray to your God that if gets a better battery life than an iPhone 5, or maybe carrying a charger around with you considerably as a second. Alright, so I guess probably I have a phone, and I guess I would be scared because I don't even have an iPhone 5. I still have an iPhone 3 because I know that I'm never going to be upgrading, and I know that I'm not going to have a chance of actually maybe getting a better phone, but I guess I'll deal with it as much. And then now the story is set into a well-worn torp of an abandoned hospital. Daylight has politely graded levels, ensuring playthroughs are very distinct. Pitched more as a psychological thriller, it sees you wake up in an empty warren without any recollecting of who you are or why you're there. A bit like the time after your work's Christmas party. Okay, I don't know about that kind of quote, but I guess if you guys do, just please put that in the comments. And then, let's see, you need to find a way to then utilize labyrinths. And I expect that means wailing through some of its unpleasant mysteries. Rumors of the private healthcare versions with much stronger loading times are, however, unfound. Alright, so... And then by the look of that picture, I guess probably I'm going to have, like, fucking dolls. I mean, I know this is a hospital, which probably could actually act like asylum, but I guess I'll deal with that. Also same thing, too. So... Alright, so now the next one is Dread Out. Now, Dread Out is... I do know about it, where... I saw like Team 4-Star actually did it, where they had the person who did the voice for Krillin doing the game, and it seemed very, very damn. I don't know what's that word. It's something more than interesting. It's and, you know, I'll get to that point later. Where apparently you're like this girl who is, and above all, yes, it is a Japanese game where it does represent out from Fatal Frame series, and it was very, very kind of weird. So I don't know if probably maybe that will be a good choice for me, because I'm not very good at any kind of horror, but you could probably list this for Tantabus 13, because actually I am going to be noticing that she's going to be doing the Halloween Let's Plays of Fatal Frame, which I was going to be able to help her out, because I did do a recording with her, but it failed at that point, but she would like to go back to it again, because she mostly loves anime horror. She loves anime horror, she loves Asian horror, which is also fit here. So this game probably won't fit me, but you could list it to Tantabus 13, which she will like it, and hopefully you guys would care about it and then see what fits you. Alright, so I'm sorry I couldn't read that stuff, but it's mostly just another puzzle game, which puzzle is my type of thing I've actually tried to figure out. Only the Asian horror, that's mostly for Tantabus' side. So that is your choice if you want to give it to either to Tantabus or me. Alright, so we're going to focus on number 9, which is Asylum, which is that the game that Tantabus 13 kind of told me about, and saying that it would fit me, only because not only that it is horror, but it will fit me to spook, and the storyline is so good that I think I would actually probably cry about it, because psychological horror games is now my new top priority for this year, and I will like it if you guys would probably actually choose that one, where it is a sort of a interesting, and probably will fit for this October, and I would like that very much if you guys did choose that. But like I said, you guys choose whatever you like, and I will deal with it. Alright, so now, sorry I can't read that, but I'm actually going to be speeding up this very quick because I know this video is going to be so long. So I'm actually going to list the rest of the other games, and then hopefully, if you want, like I said, you will look at this in the description. You will find this link in the description, and you will read this, and you will choose what game you want, and then put it in the comments of your choice of game. I will count up all the people and all the viewers who saw this and read this, and hopefully will be the best of what I can do for my thing. So now for the top 10, for number 10 will be Frey Bow. Now this is a Steam game, which I did play the demo on, and it was very interesting. And I'm sorry. And then it was very interesting because there were some really fucked up things, which probably could fit me. Also like that, and it's also based all around to an asylum if you do read it, and yeah, just feel free to choose that one. Same thing too. All right, so Frey Bow, and then number 11 is Never Ending Nightmares. Now I saw this on Steam, and I saw a couple of other people on YouTube, and it's like I saw Markiplier, I saw PewDiePie, I saw Yummy Mush play this, and it is it's kind of a fucked up game, but I would really like doing that same thing too, because above all, I will say that no matter what game you choose and all this stuff, I will buy it automatically. I don't care how much it is, because since you guys chose it, I will buy it no matter what, and I will deal with it. All right, so now number 12 is The Vanquishing of Ethan Carter. Now, I don't know where this game came from. I don't know if it will fit me, but I guess, like you said, I will try anything new. I will try anything delting, and maybe there might have been like a first one, so probably maybe like the story of Ethan Carter or something like that. Probably maybe. And it looks very interesting. Now the third and the last one is Outlast, the Whistleblower. Now this is the DLC of the Outlast game, this game will be coming out on PlayStation 4. Okay, so I'm guessing I'm gonna have to buy myself a PlayStation 4 if I'm actually ever going to be doing that. But I guess if you chose this, I'm going to be doing the first Outlast, which is that I will deal with that game, and hopefully it will be for the best of actually choosing what goes good. And then there's the picture and all that stuff. So I guess with that, yeah, I guess that's just about it and all that stuff. So I want to say thank you again for actually looking over this brief video, and hopefully that you guys will choose of what vote and choose of what game you wish me to play on for October 1st. And I promise you that I will be soon as ready and all, but if I do not get any votes or anything, I will choose one of those games out of random, and then I will get it, I will buy it, and I will play it. And also, I would probably ask the anti-gamer if probably maybe he could help me with my first live stream on basically with the website Twitter. So, not Twitter. I'm sorry, not Twitter. Twitch TV. So I will try out with that, see how that goes, and hopefully maybe you guys will really like to watch, like to really enjoy, and then hopefully I would keep this up because I'm actually going to try my best of how I'm going to do. And with all my other Let's Plays, I'm going to be working on very much saying I'm going to try to go back to mostly of all of them because some of them were either lost or some of them were just not good, but I can try to do it back just for you guys and everything. So hopefully with all that respect, I can really do as best I can. So with my last goodbye is that I'd like to say thank you again for watching this video, for helping me choose what game will come out for October 1st, and if you guys would like to try out to see any of the other members also checking out their checking out their Let's Plays for October. I will be sending their links to their channels, and you can see of what's going to be coming up. Also, check it out. Let's do everything. Thank you again. This was Hake 6, and I appreciate your time. Thank you, and I hope to see you on the next October. See you guys then.